That was our best intro, man.
That was.
I don't know. Have I not? That's the question, really.
You started the stream. Yeah, I have a bit.
Yeah, I have a bit.
Might have
It's the real question, really. Have I started the stream? Have I not? That's the real question.
Have you actually started the stream?
I don't know. That's for you to figure out.
Tiger, I can just check the Twitch.
Hello, and welcome back to the Premier Series here in Gavra Racing. As you can tell, I'm joined by Toussaint because once again, Evan couldn't join me. Big sad. Hi Toussaint, how you doing, mate?
I am okay. We've got a bit of a title decider here in the Brazilian Grand Prix for the Premier Series. And then there were two, ex-Natty G and Pope will be fighting out for the championship honours today. It seems like Jetsi is in third in the championship, but he would need something of a miracle, really, to outscore Natty and Pope this race. So, quick word on Natty, actually. He won his first race 26 races ago in Austria in the Freshman League, and at his 52nd race, or 26 races later, he could be winning the championship here in the Premier Series.
He gave us that fact.
He definitely did give us that fact and asked us to read it out live on air.
Yeah, we'll call him out on that one.
Yeah, but it seems to be a rule of 26 for Natty. Every time he gets to 26 races, he wins something of note.
26 races later, he'll win the Super League.
Which I think is impossible, considering that we have about, 14 race seasons, so... Or 12,
just get him doing the weekend league again, he'll be fine.
Well, I mean, he'd have to win the championship after the first round 3 seasons from now. But anyway, Natty's going to start the flying lap.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, we'll have to see what Black Daddy can do as he goes ahead. Just quick mention as well, on the... Should we go through the championship sort of permutations, Toussaint?
Sure, go
on
for it.
What Natty can do. So if Natty finishes in first or second, he will win the championship, and it doesn't matter where Pope finishes, he will win the championship nevertheless. So he finishes in first or second. If Pope wants to keep the championship alive, Natty must finish in third and Pope must finish in first. Same for Natty if Natty finishes in fourth, Pope must finish in first position to keep the championship alive. Anything lower, Toussaint, and he will not keep the championship alive to Abu Dhabi, and Natty will win it. Also, if Natty finishes in fifth position, Pope needs a second with a fastest lap, or a first to keep the championship going to Abu Dhabi. Anything less than that, and he will concede the championship to Natty this race. So Brazil always seems to be the one to say it brings a lot of championship designs our way. Just remember 2008. That was a glorious season for us.
And Natty going big gun straight away to the top of the timesheet on the 1 minute 7.7. Pope behind him, the 1 minute 7.9. So Natty already showing he's not messing about. That Aston now, the replacement driver in the Racing Point, goes to the top of the 1 minute 7.6 and goes across turn 2.
It does, but good nap there from Aston. But yeah, Brazil always a good one for championship designers. Toussaint, we've seen quite the history of this track. But yeah, Pope and Natty battling it out here. Also, Beza does actually have an LLP2, I believe, so he will not be able to. And he's just come out of the pit lane.
That's not great. Read the website, please, drivers. There will be an additional penalty coming the way of Beza after this race. But yeah, please make sure you're keeping up with the website. That is why we post all of the penalties and stuff. Oh, it's McLaren on the racing line as Cryptek comes through on his lap. Oh, so Natty comes through on an in-lap even. That could have been very nasty, but yeah, we had our 2 championship contenders then right together at the top of the streets at the moment, so this should be interesting to see how this qualifying plays out and who gets the upper hand going into the race. Maybe we'll get another Is That Glock moment. We haven't seen any rain yet this week
in
any of the races, will we get some now?
As Aston actually just coming through the glorious Glock corner, as I like to call it. And Toussaint, we've got a new corner name on this track, which we've come up with quite recently. We've got Tim Corner now. Tim Corner actually being turn 8. As we'll ride on Oriole here, and we'll see Tim Corner as it's actually comes past there. You see the lovely Tim board on the left hand side, but let's have a look at Cryptek also coming through now. You see that lovely Tim board on the left hand side there.
For those of you who don't know, we call Asengren Tim, so that's why that's why that corner has its name. That exactly. We're renaming that now officially on every single Gavra racetrack guide. Yeah, if you watch a lap guide, that's actually where they got its name. So there you go. It's not whatever the Brazilians call it.
Nice little plug in there as well. And Meppo hasn't put a bad lap in. He's done an 8.2 at the moment. and that's put him up in 4th position.
And he's on another lap now, Tyler.
Just looking at the moment, I would actually be in 3rd place at the moment if I did my quali lap in this session.
Well, there you go. You'd be ahead of Pope at the moment then. So, met with the DRS Open now to
he's so in the wall. It's right on board with Oriole here. As he comes down to turn 4. Toussaint, look, be a little bit. I want to invalidate on. He's got very slow through there. He has got fastest in sector 1, but if you run wide on that curve on the outside, Toussaint, it can be an invalidator on that corner.
Yeah, I think we're going to see drivers flirting with that a bit, and yeah.
He just stuck a wheel on the inside of that curb, and he got invalidated for it. So
yeah, the track limits around here are very harsh.
I would say they're the harshest, to be fair. I think turn 2 is definitely the worst. I think in terms of picking up track limits, I think turn 2 is definitely the place where we'll probably see most of the drivers pick up a penalty. But here, Cryptech comes through the difficult turn 10 now, I believe that is, down through turn 11, now towards turn 12, through Glock corner now. And keeping the car nice and close to the curb, doesn't want to go on it, and using the curb on the outside as well, as he'll open up the DRS, hugging it nice and close to the curb on the inside as well, opening up the DRS, keeping it nice and close to the wall, up to the line for the shortest distance, and it's 3rd for the Ferrari, and he pushes Pope back, splits him and his championship rival, his teammate and his championship rival apart.
Yeah, and I think Beza has come back into the pits, so I don't think he's actually set that lap time, but whether or not there'll be a penalty coming his way, we'll have to wait and see. Chip alone now is on the fastest first sector of anybody, apparently, going through Tim corner now, down into 3rd gear. Oh, he's big lock up on the front right into turn 8.
I think he went a little bit too narrow into that corner as well. Definitely could have used a little bit more of the track on the outside to...
Yeah, certainly.
Needs to lock up. It's a bit all over the place at the moment.
That's going to severely hamper his sector 2 time, but let's see what it is. Regardless, it's a 51.9. It's not the fastest that we've seen, but definitely not the slowest, and has got a good run out of Juntao, not the hill now.
Gavra just putting a lap on the mediums, interestingly, so he's qualifying on the mediums now. Toussaint, I've just come through. I've just thought about that. I can't speak today, apparently.
As the triple O goes into P7.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, speaking of tyres, strategy for this race. Now, the game in its retardedness suggests a soft hard. Now, from under the impression when I was yesterday especially, a soft medium is definitely the way to go around this track, because it is actually very, very feasible.
Yeah, certainly me and Natty were discussing this yesterday in the Freshman League. In fact, I'm on board with Natty now, who comes through turn 1 and 2, shifting up through the gears now down this back straight. But to answer your question on the tyres, Tiger, I think the soft to medium is a preferable strategy. As Aston does a 1 minute 7.2, that's a very competitive time there from the racing point. Natty's less than a tenth down for the first sector. We're going to get a bit of slipstream maybe from the McLaren in front of us. That
gets out of the way nicely there.
So now through and up towards turn 8, Tim Corner gets flat on the power once again. Into Tim Corner, then down into 3rd gear, not to 2nd to try and get the nose, and you will spin out. Now coming through the long left hand of turn 9 up towards turn 10.
Touch of oversteer on the rear.
A little bit of oversteer on the rear there for Natty, the rear end, not giving him the grip that he needs. Maybe this could sacrifice his lap a bit. Keeps it flat now through turn 11 up towards turn 12, or Glock corner.
He's purple in the middle sector, but he got on the curb on Glock.
But he might be able to get the drive off the corner now, Tiger, and up the hill, going to minimise the distance to the line, keep it to the left-hand side of the track. DRS open now, up to the line. What's it going to be for Natty G? Can he put himself onto pole position? He can't. It's a 1 minute 7.5.
But I've got to say, though, I've got to say, a brilliant lap, though, from Jetsy, mixing up the championship here. And if we go back to those championship permutations, Toussaint, Natty finishing in 3rd will require Pope to finish in 1st. At the moment, he's down in 5th. So I know this is only qualifying, but big mix-up in the qualifying could affect the championship in terms of the race.
And he has invalidated his lap now, Tiger, so this lap he's completing now will be on a more used set of the soft tyres.
Let's right on board with Bez now. I don't think he should have come out now either. Shouldn't he wait until 5 minutes at the end of the session? Yeah, that will be a penalty awarded to him next race. As he has gone fastest through Sector 1, though, Toussaint. This could be a good time from the AlphaTauri driver. They are leading the constructors at the moment. Ferrari only 16 points behind them, Toussaint. So it's a battle for constructors and drivers' championships for the Ferrari team. as Bezanel up into the difficult turn 10. This is where I locked up in the wet last year, went careering into the wall in the Premier Series and had to start from the back. But here he comes now through down into Glock corner, using the grass on the outside. And I personally wouldn't do that because it really does unstabilise the car to set into that final corner.
Yeah, so McLaren really goes into the wall to get out of the way, then so nicely done from that particular car. Bezanel going to come to line. It's going to be a very quick time from the AlphaTauri. It's a 1 minute 7.1, and Bezanel goes to provisional pole then, and that has really upset the order because Pope Nasty Tiger, I think, is still down on his lap time. Going to come to line now. It's a 107.7, so splits the Ferraris.
Technically, though, Bezza shouldn't really be putting in that lap anyway, but nevertheless, good lap from him. Can any of the Ferrari boys improve? Have to find out and see. Anybody else on a lap at the moment? Oriol just coming through Tim Corner here as Absolute 11 has just moved himself to saying up into 9th place. He's actually 4th in the championship at the moment. He's actually just jumped ahead of Beza, interestingly. So Absolute 11 has been in a really good run of form lately in the Premier Series. And let's see if we can keep this up here. Only qualifying in 9th place. And you'd think too, saying that the freshman league champion...
Sorry, Cryptech now puts himself into P4 ahead of his teammate.
1 minute 7.4 for Cryptech. He'll definitely be battling for the championship points to Saint, and that's a good start for him and Natty in the constructors. Wow! That AlphaTauri almost swerved into him. That was scary.
Yeah, I just saw the off-board of
Could be very close. So the only person at the moment to say, just quickly, not to put in a lap time at the moment, Black Country Mush, but he has come out on the mediums, the same as Gav, but Gav actually going back out now onto the soft tyre. And the Merc team to say haven't been too bad at the moment. I mean, they got a decent amount of points last week, so we'll have to see what they do this time.
As I think we're about to see some teamwork here from the two Ferrari boys. Cryptech giving Nasty a bit of slipstream maybe as he begins his lap before he peels off into the pit.
Towing that Ferrari round. It should be good around here. Should have the downforce as the Ferraris do in real life. Have to see what happens as they don't have the straight line speed anymore because they're burned.
Let's see if it can work for Nasty once again. The Ferrari drivers going for very similar helmets. Luckily they picked a slightly different colour combination. Let's ride on board then with your championship elect ex-Natty G. He's going to come up towards the line now. In fact, Cryptech in front of us does stay out and will be giving us lots of juicy slips. She moves her head down in towards turn 1, breaking off the 50 meter board, breaking as straight a line as possible. Cryptech goes very wide to try and give Natty the slipstream down the back straight as well. Through turn 3, then DRS open once again. You've got a Ferrari team giving us a lovely tow through there. Cryptech pulls off to the left hand side and he's gone now, breaking after the 50 meter board once again.
He's gone purple in the first sector.
This could be a good lap here from Natty. He really needs it at this point in time with 5 minutes left to run in qualifying. After the 50 meters, sling it down into 6th gear. Keep it as tight to the right-hander as he can.
Very deep into turn 6 and 7.
And
he's had a bit of a
lock-up into turn 8. And now there's more traffic of Aston on the outside. That's going to stay out of our way though as well. Short shift to 4th. Hasn't gotten on the power as early as you would have hoped through that corner. Now through turn 11 and down towards turns 12 for the final time on this lap up towards Jin Sao. Now breaking just before the 50 meter board. Doesn't use all of the track. He's a 10th down though, Tiger. Through the centre. Now up the hill once again. Keeps it nice and tight to the left-hand side of the track. Will it be enough though? DRS open here at the line. And
he's backed out. He's backed out. He's backed down. At that, I've got to say, he ran really wide at turn 6 and 7, and then he ran really wide through turn 9 as well, and he had a bit of traffic as well, which really didn't help him out. Unfortunate for Natty. He's still got 4 minutes though to say in this session, so he'll be able to go through with it. I completely ignored everyone in the chat. I'm so sorry, guys. Usually I'm not like that. Hello, Holland Mares has subscribed at tier 1 and been subscribed for 4 months. Thank you, Mares. Appreciate that. Dazza as well. Cash Tangle, Piero, Absolute 11, 69 Reek in the chat as well. We've got Dan Schneider, Thunder, Enwells Gaming, Rick Holt. Evan is here, but he, could go to the doctors, Evan. As you said you were. X-Cherry G, supporting Nathan as always. Play Dutchy in as well. Yeah, welcome everyone to the chat. And Joe asking in the chat, do we know when the next season begins? Gav's hoping to start, I believe, saying around about the end of January, I think it is.
Towards late January is when he hopes to get the preliminary races started, yeah.
But, yeah, Beza, still on pole at the moment, followed by Aston F1 in 2nd. Then it's Jetsy in 3rd. Then it's the 2 Ferrari boys. Then Pope behind Natty. Cryptech retiring, maybe he just can't, maybe just doesn't think he could put in a better lap.
He must have ran out of tyres maybe in that quality session. So will we see Natty follow suit then?
When's the new GT season? I don't know. You have to speak to the GT Sport admin, ex-Natty G, but you can't speak to him at the moment. He's in his zone. He's in Zen mode within the car, within the Ferrari. Let's have a look at Oriole 2 cent. I think he's up on his time as he comes to the... No, he definitely is not on his time, actually.
Down,
yeah, I don't know why I said that. Let's have a look here and see if anyone else. Triple O, it was a 10th up, but he invalidated. Gavra's flew into the pits. Black Country, a 15.7 on the mediums at the moment. After he had such a good performance in Mexico, to say Black Country hasn't seemed to have done so well in quali at the moment.
Yeah, long way off the back of the pack at the moment then for Black Country. Still on those medium tyres. Maybe we'll think about putting on a set of the softs as you wind down towards the final 2 minutes of qualifying. And we have Natty coming back out on track, Tiger.
We do, but Mara's saying, hope to see a 1 minute 6 lap. Mara's, I think you, am I correct in saying you got a 1 minute 6 lap in Academy last season? I believe you did.
Definitely not on the, not last season.
I think you did in the
on F1 2019. He did a 1 minute 8.0, which is I think a couple tenths quicker than me. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was people just getting into the 7s then, possibly. I can't remember. It was something.
In the Super League tomorrow, we might get some sub 1 minute 7 lap times. Don't count any of these drivers out. They can also.
Oh, it's Jetsy just went pole with a 1 minute 7.0. Look how close he was off of the. And he's 2 cent Jetsy in 3rd place in the moment in the championship, and you said keep an eye out for 2nd place because Jetsy not far off of Pope even in 2nd place in the championship. This man is on fire at the moment in this quali session. What a lap!
Yeah, has had really good form over the last couple of races, obviously dominating last time out in Mexico as well. Let's see what Bezin can do now to respond to that. He's going to start up his lap. Aston as well starting his lap. So you've got all of our heavy hitters out on track at once. Natty as well. We've got most of the top 5 now on track.
Just started his lap. So is Aston F1. Natty coming round through Glock corner. He's about to start. Pope's still in the pits.
And he will not go out again in this qualifying session.
He's just come out now. He's just got... Surely he can't get around the lap.
Too late. That's way too late.
He must have.
Unless there's still
could be a plunder for Pope. Here goes Natty now on his lap. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look and see what Bez is doing. Bez is invalidated. Invalidation for Beza. Let's see what Aston F1 could do. Aston, I don't know whether he's up on his time or not. He comes through Tim corner. It's a bit of a lockup. He runs very deep. Manages to get the front of the car hooked up. Pope's retired. He will only qualify 6th. 6th place for Pope. Aston up on his time. Beza will not improve. He has invalidated his time. Let's see what Aston can do. Met Boy retiring. He can't do any more than 9th at the moment. Here comes Beza. He's got Aston. Sorry, he's come through the middle sector. He's gone purple. Let's see what he does as he comes to the line. Will Aston F1 get ahead of Jetsy? Will he get into the sub? Will he get into the minute 6s here?
He won't.
Close, but he goes ahead of Beza. Can Natty do it? Natty's a 10th up. That would put him ahead of his teammate Cryptek. Can he get anything to the line here? He's going to deploy everything he has in that Ferrari all the way to the line. Where will Natty put himself? And it's only 4th place, but it is enough to win him the championship at the moment if the race finishes as it is.
That's quite an interesting qualifying there towards the end. Yeah, Dutchy saying Pope too late. Yeah, unfortunately for Pope, he will be starting 6th, but crucially that is behind ex-Natty G, your current championship leader then. So let's take you through the grid here. In Brazil, it's Jetsy taking his 2nd pole position in a row, then Aston F1, the replacement driver, in 2nd. Nico Hulkenbergian super sub, it seems. Beza in 3rd, ex-Natty G in 4th. Cryptek 5th, Pope down in 6th, our other championship protagonist. Absolute 7th, he'll be disappointed with that. Oriole 8th, Guillotine, good qualifying from him in 9th, and Metboy in 10th. Alex gonna Mac then 1st with the cars with 3 choice of tyre, and 11th, Triple O 12th. Gav, the boss man in 13th, Casnoigens 15th, Daddy Jason 15th, and Black Country Mercy, the only driver on the mediums in 16th. So Daddy Jason 15th, Casnoigens 14th. I'm sure they can read, Tiger.
But yeah, what an interesting quality. I can imagine now. Yeah, Thunder literally just made the point I was about to say to Saint. Cryptek now has to defend Pope off of Natty. If Cryptek is now pretty much the teammate barrier between Natty. Oh, it's overcast. It's overcast. Yeah. Please give us rain. We're gonna have a Glock. We're gonna have a Glock. It could be Glock.
Is that why we saw everybody on the soft tyres and they already
It
know
could
it's going
be.
to rain?
Maybe, we might see. I don't know whether there will be rain or not, but we could have Glock 2008 here. Let's see what happens. It's just loading in now.
Played Archie saying Cryptic has to be a wall.
Yeah,
yes,
it has to.
It really does, just to echo what Tiger said.
Yeah, it definitely does. So Cryptic is just going to have to be the guardian of Natty. If Pope finishes where he is now, Toussaint, and Natty finishes in 4th, Pope has to finish in 1st to win the championship. So if Natty finishes in 4th, Pope has to win 1st, and at the moment he's down in 6th. So Natty would take the championship.
That's what I was saying. Realistically here, Pope needs to win this race. He cannot afford to sit around in 6th. He has to make progress quickly and get ahead of Natty.
Here we go, formation lap.
Hopefully his team will be able to help him out as well in that, but he needs to win this race. Let's be realistic about it.
As you can see there, everyone, it did say soft hard. Just ignore that. Soft medium is definitely the way to go around this track. And it's very, very feasible.
And Tiger, we've got 5 of the 6 cars out of the top 10 on the medium tyres. Only driver on the softs outside the top 10 is Gav, the boss man.
The boss man. So, that was a Ferrari running wide down the grass. But here we go, Toussaint. This is going to be an absolute blaster of a race. This one, everybody prepare yourself for the Premier Series round 12 here. And it is in the lovely Interlagos. Who will take the championship? Will it be Natty or will it go to Abu Dhabi? Let's find out here in Brazil. It was a crazy race yesterday. We had a safety car. We had a couple of virtual safety cars. Let's find out what will happen here. It is Jetsy on pole position for this one to lead the way. And let's see how he can do. He can fare in this race. Big points it'll be for the McLaren team, Toussaint. But crucially as well, in Drivers' Championship, better ahead of both Ferraris, but both Ferraris ahead of Pope. And Constructors, sorry. As that's the real battle at the moment. I mean, McLaren are still feasibly in it, but Oriole all the way down in 8th. Jetsy is in 1st, but McLaren need to gain a few more points than that if they want to find themselves still in this constructor fight.
Yeah, certainly. So Oriole needs to get his way through the field as well for the sake of his team. But we're going to have our cars running themselves around the end of this formation that we're going to line up on the grid then for the penultimate time here in the Premier Series. And just speaking a little bit from my experience last season, had this almost exact same situation with my rival Shanks, obviously. And the nerves that we're going through, Natty just needs to calm them down, get through lap 1 cleanly.
Needs a good start. We know Natty is usually good at getting very good starts, actually. Natty has been this season, so he's been one of the biggest gainers on opening laps. So let's see what can happen here. Let's see what we'll find out. As all cars are lining on the grid, for the love of God, let's not have a bug.
We're going to get going.
And we are going to get going here. Let's put the pit stop strategies in the way. And the lights are out. And away they go here in the Premier Series. And it's Absolute 11 getting ahead of Pope already. And Natty is up into 3rd position. He's going to go wheel to wheel here with Beza. And immediately, Jetsy getting a very good start here. Natty's round wide. But in the end, he gets ahead of Beza as he's pushed wide. Pope's fallen all the way down to 7th. There's going to be a 4-wide battle. There's going to be a 4-wide battle. Natty and Beza going wheel to wheel here into turn 4. And I think in the end, Beza getting the move done. Natty's still keeping on the inside though as best he can. And they're going to go wheel to wheel up into turn 6 and 7 here. And Natty in the end just has to back up. But Pope's fallen behind Guillotine. What a start from Guillotine this is. Natty going to dive it down the inside if he can, but can't get the move done. But what a start from Guillotine. He's got ahead of Pope. Gavra up into 10th. Absolute 11's had a poor start. It's Gavra and Absolute 11 here going wheel to wheel through turn 9. Gavra going to send it down the inside of Absolute 11 into turn 10. Oh, what a beginning of this race we've had already. Absolute 11 down in 10th. He's not had the best of starts, but what a start from Guillotine up into 6th. He's now between, there's 2 cars now, Toussaint, between the championship leader and 2nd in the championship.
And crucially, one of them is his teammate, but crucially for Natty, he has to overtake his championship rival's teammate in Beza, who I'm sure will be driving the widest Alpha Tauri in the history of that team. I think we've got cars in the pits. No one was damaged on that one, so all drivers getting through cleanly.
No, it's Alex going to
into turn 1.
Trying to go around the outside of who was in the Alfa Romeo? I cannot see the name. Deadly Jason there as he's moved up into 12th place.
Goes defensive.
Natty look for the move. Yeah, he can tell, as he said to, they're best to be driving the widest AlphaTauri you've ever seen in your life around this Brazil track. And now Cryptek right up the back of Natty actually here. And Cryptek, I don't think will start making moves on Natty. These two will be working together in unison.
That's a very deep into turn 8. They're locking up the tyre. That's going to decrease his tyre life now. Natty really putting the pressure on in the opening stages of this race. But he needs to be patient. He can afford to be patient.
I was just about to say, Natty needing to be patient. You can't win a race on lap 1 or 2. He needs to take this to the end here. No stupid moves for him. Because at the moment, he's going to win the championship even if he finishes in this position, Toussaint.
Here he comes.
Here goes Natty now, right up behind him. Will he look for the move? Is these two going to go down towards turn 1 here now? Natty all the way up behind him. He's going to dart to the inside. Natty going to send it down the inside into turn 1. Better going to hold it around the outside as best he can. There's a half spin from Natty, and he almost loses the car. Pope and Guillotine now going wheel to wheel. Guillotine gets the move done. DRS on Natty. Pope going to go, Better going to go defensive. Natty, will he lunge it on the inside and just isn't going to go for it there at the moment.
And Pope also not able to get past Guillotine at turn 4. Now Metboy's gotten past Pope. Pope down to 8.
Pope down to 8. This has just been a shocking start from Pope. This has gone from bad to worse for Pope. Pope, now will he send it on Metboy? He looked like he was looking for it. Absolute 11 now looking for the move on Pope. But in the end, Absolute 11 almost forced into a hard spin. And look how close the grid is at the moment between everyone.
But look at how Jetsy is just bolted away at the front. The gap
Jetsy
2.3
crazy.
seconds already.
Man, this guy is quick on this track. Crazy from Jetsy. We haven't seen this much racing form in him in ages. He had a brilliant race out in the Super League not long ago. I believe it was in Zandvoort, I believe. He had a really good Super League race. But he's on fire today here in Brazil. He's got Aston F1 behind him, followed by Beza. Then Natty. He will Metboy look for the move on Guillotine. What a start this will be from Metboy. He's going to take it down the inside, and in the end he gets the move done on the Williams. Metboy in the Red Bull moving up into 6th place, and could this be another 3rd position finish for Metboy? He's had so many this season already, but here goes Guillotine.
Going to come back at the Red Bull, going to look to the inside line now in towards turn 4. DRS open for the Williams, not open for the Red Bull, gives a bit of a nudge into turn 4. Here comes Pope now.
Pope, sorry.
Capitalize on this, and he's still stuck behind these two cars, and as we were saying, Tiger, he needs to start taking risks and getting past these cars. He can't afford to sit here.
Bess has picked up a 3-second time penalty, but Natty's actually dropped outside of the DRS zone. So, the DRS range of a second. So, Bessa at the moment we've picked up 3 seconds. That could be very crucial towards the end of this race. That's what Natty needs to do. He needs to focus on keeping it consistent and not pick up any pointless penalties that he may pick up.
Yeah, well, this is what we're saying. Natty's doing enough at the moment for the championship here on lap 4 of the race. He's still got most of our cars separated by less than a second then, even after 4 laps. 2 Ferraris now, both with DRS cars in front.
Here goes Pope. He's on the back of Guillotine. Will he be looking for the move? Sorry to interrupt you there, but if Pope might be looking for the move on Guillotine, will he send it to the inside of turn 1 and just doesn't go for it there? Both of them had DRS, so no move made.
But now Pope's got a better exit through turn 2 and down towards turn 3 and 4. DRS open once again then for both of these cars, but crucially, because they both have a DRS, Pope not able to close at the moment on the Williams.
Just a huge DRS train, Toussaint, all the way from 6th all the way down to 10th. Just a massive DRS train that everyone's caught in. And Natty actually getting back just within the DRS of Beza. Cryptek just staying behind him. And as I was saying before, Toussaint, I really don't imagine Cryptek making many moves on Natty in this race unless it is needed.
Well, yeah, I mean, Metboy picks a 3-second time penalty as well, though, now, but just add a bit of jeopardy into the championship fight. Natty has connection problems at the moment.
Tech is in the chat asking rain later or nah, as I'm going to use in his slang there. We don't know. It is very overcast, Toussaint. Could we see rain later in the race? That would be a huge mix-up in this race. Here goes Pope again.
It's getting darker. I was about to say, yeah, Pope on Guillotine once again for the 2nd time now, down towards turn 1. Again, both with a DRS advantage, so kind of a DRS neutralizer at this point in the race is forming up with a trainer behind.
What a send! What a send! Huge send from Pope.
I was not expecting that at all.
Daniel Ricciardo style send. He just absolutely launched it to the inside. Here he goes, DRS. Pope. He needs to get past Guillotine too, saying if he wants to have any chance of keeping this championship alive, and at the moment he just can't get past him. The DRS train too much, and Pope in a really bad position at the moment.
That is could have been quite the move there for Pope if he could manage to pull that one off, but I'm sure Guillotine will be ready for that one now as we come towards the main straight once again onto lap 7. But crucially, Tiger, this could be Jetsy putting himself back in this title fight now. Currently 39 points behind Nasty.
Contact! Sorry! Pope sent it down the inside of Guillotine in turn 10 and there was contact.
I thought he was going to do it.
Looking for it again. I don't think Jetsy's in. I don't think Jetsy's got enough points to fight for the championship. I think even if Natty doesn't score points, I don't think Jetsy can...
Bezza's got past Aston.
Bezza passed Aston. Bezza's ran very wide though. He's going to have to try and defend into turn 2. This is going to be great for Natty. This will allow Natty to get involved as well. And Aston now going to look for the move back on Bezza. These two fighting is brilliant for Natty. Aston round the outside. Will he get the move done? And he does get the move back on Bezza.
And yeah, we've got some good close racing here up at the front as well. Natty 1.1 seconds behind this battle now.
Would he joining us?
Ahead of Guillotine.
Oh, Pope finally passed Guillotine, and now Pope can try and break away from this pack. Would he just join the chat saying, will Natty be champion his current position in this race? Yes, if Natty finishes in 4th, Pope has to finish in first.
Black Country and Casanoides going wheelsful into turn 6. Black Country gets the move done round the outside. But now Pope needs to break away from this pack and get off the net.
I think he is. He's almost opening up that second gap at the moment over Guillotine. But yellow flag. There's a Renault off. It's Casanoides in the wall. Exit of turn 10. He does. He can get the car moving. There is debris. There is some end plate towards the wall, but it is recoverable. In the nice position. Here goes Absolute 11, getting past Guillotine nice and easily, up into 8th position now. Absolute 11 recovering after he had not a great start from the Freshman League champion.
Once again in towards turn 4. Can he look for a move on the pink racing point? Just can't do it at the moment then for the Alpha Tauri.
If Jetsy wins the fastest lap and Natty finishes in the first tyre gap, will be 25 points. I really don't know what the permutations are for Jets.
It's 39 points in the championship at the moment, so Jets needs to outscore Natty by 13 points to win the championship. You get 25 points for the win plus 1 extra point.
You get 12 points for the 4th, don't you?
And you get 12 points for 4th. So at the moment, Jetsy not doing enough to take it to Natty in the final race of the season. He needs Natty to fall to about 7th or 8th, really, if he's going to win this race, even with the fastest lap.
So, well, have to see what happens. Natty could be crowned champion here, and then we will have to just double check that at the end to see where they finish, just in case. I don't really know. I didn't. All I knew was the permutations for Pope, because Natty sent me them.
It's 39 points at the moment, so to take it to the final race of the season with a gap that can be surmounted, he needs to gain 13 or 14 points. Okay,
so at the moment Natty's still winning, still going to win the championship in the position that he's in, but just can't get back caught up to Bezza at the moment. The question is down to, say, lap 9, about 3 to 4 laps time, we will start to see the top drivers come in. The drivers who are going for a soft hard, which might be the majority of people, if they haven't done their tyre testing, will probably come in. I think it's either lap 13 or 14. If it's the drivers on the mediums, they can take the softs to about 15, 16 or 17, and then go on to the mediums. So we'll start to find out when people start to pit who is going to be coming on for the hards and who is going to be coming in for the mediums. But those guys who started on the mediums, though, they'll be able to take those mediums to pretty much as far as they can and then go to the softs at the end of the race. So don't count Black Country Mush at the moment out of the points, because it could be a good strategy from him.
Yeah, certainly. I'm just keeping an eye on these front 3 now. The gap 0.6 of a second between 2nd and 3rd at the moment. So we could be seeing the drivers starting to spread themselves out a bit. But still, Natty and Pope in the same shot run as they come down the back straight in towards turn 4.
Natty's gained a little bit. Sorry, a little bit of time through that first sector. He just seems to be quicker through that first sector, but he's losing a little bit of time through the middle sector. I think that he's struggling. Maybe just running a different bit of wing here.
Sorry, Bezza's locked up though in towards turn 8, or Tim Corner as we've called it now. But that gap out in front has come down a lot though.
It has. Look at Aston.
1.6 seconds now.
Maybe Jetsy made a mistake, possibly. That's what I'm thinking.
I'll have a look at the
Everyone using that grass on the outside. Personally, I wouldn't use it. I just think it really unstables the car. Do you use that grass on the outside?
I do, yes. You get to open the corner a bit more.
Oh, that's true.
Jetsi made a mistake in the final sector on the last lap, 3 seconds slower in that sector on the last lap then. But look at the tyres on that McLaren. They're really wearing down already, Tiger. You can see the separation between the tyre gradients there.
You can do, and just looking at Aston and Bez at the moment. Oh, someone's coming to the pits early. It's absolute 11 for an early pit stop.
And that
interesting.
Surely must be for a set of the hard tyres here, Tiger. It
must be.
It's for the mediums.
Is he going for? Is it a 2-stop for him? Why 2-stop though? You can take the mediums to the absolute. Come on.
That could be interesting. Can he take this to the end of the race? 25
laps. Is there rain? Rain.
Is there rain? That's the question. Rain? But I must say, out of the top 3, Jetsi's tyres do look the worst.
Piero, there's no need for that. That's kind of mean. Well, it's for me personally, I feel like it unstables the car too much for the corner. But Piero just said real drivers use it, Tiger. I'm like, what? That's just kind of mean. But at the moment,
Natty making a bit of a mistake as well.
Got a bit of a battle down for 11th to say between Black Country, Deadly Jason and Alex Gunnar Mac at the moment. All of them on the same set of medium tyres. So these guys kind of just in their own race at the moment, but you're waiting for those guys to come off of those soft tyres. The gap between Black Country and Gavra is 6.6 seconds at the moment. Gavra obviously on the soft tyres. Look at the gap between Beza and Aston. Oh, Beza's had a huge chunk of oversteer out of turn 3, and that's cost him a lot of time, especially now to Aston, who's gained almost a second gap. So that fight was on, and then it immediately got shut down.
And then that fight out in front for Jetsi as well, who's put that gap straight back up to 2.7 seconds now, so really starting to push at the front as well.
And is that Casnogen's or Casnogen's AI?
That is still Casnogen's, I believe. He has not left the session. Okay,
so Casnogen's. I think Jetsi is gonna start running into some blue flags soon potentially. We won't have to pit in a few laps time. But let's see what happens. They should extend the curb down there.
Yeah, probably. They haven't though.
I
think Jack's had another mistake there, Tiger. He keeps getting a bad run
maybe
off
he's
the
just
final
slower.
significant corner.
Maybe he's just a bit slower through that final sector. Maybe I don't know either. Too soon, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
oh, here goes Oriole and Guillotine. Guillotine's made a mistake. I think it's Guillotine made a mistake. Has he got wing damage? No, I think he's just had a spin. Oh, everyone in early, lap 11 for the off of the softs. Is it mediums?
It's mediums.
Oh, it is. There it is. The medium one-stop strategy.
Hards for Pope.
Hards for Pope. What is he doing?
So does that mean that to me would indicate that it isn't going to rain, Tiger, if Pope's gone for the hard tyres?
But then 3 drivers around him all went for the medium tyre. So then that would then indicate that it does, because you can take the softs to around lap 15, 16. The mediums, I could only take from about lap 15 to the end of the race. That's what, like 21 laps? 21, 22 laps?
We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out, but we've got a difference in strategy then between our two leaders. Maybe Pope thinking that he has to try something at this stage. Jetsi's coming into the pits. He needs to try something different.
The problem is now, though, it's put Pope down in traffic because he's now behind Triple O, and he's gonna have to follow Met Boy and Absolute 11 through the medium runner traffic. So coming in early might have not have benefited him so much because he's now got to try and get past these guys on the medium tyres.
Well, if we was looking to try and get past Natty and Cryptek, we saw that the undercut was very powerful around here. But as you say, Tiger, if he's stuck in traffic, he's not going to be able to use those fresh tyres. There's Gav's in the pits, Guillotine's in the pits now as well. And
welcome RCA into the chat. We've got a brilliant championship fight on our hands. Natty can win the championship this race. There are title permutations, which we did mention before. Quickly run through them again. Natty finishes first or second, and Pope finishes anywhere inside the points. Natty will win the championship nevertheless. If, however, Natty finishes in 3rd or 4th or 5th, Pope must finish in first, or Pope, if Natty finishes in fifth, must finish with second and the fastest lap. So Jetsy into the pits. That's
Aston stays out.
That's lap 14. You can take those tyres. Natty in, interestingly. So Natty coming in early. I think they might try the undercut. Is the undercut powerful around here, Toussaint? I don't know. You tell me at this point.
We saw it from yesterday in the freshman league. So to talk over you a bit, that the undercut is very powerful around here. We saw yesterday. So both of these drivers will be watching yesterday's race, and then Natty definitely did because he was commentating on it. But anyway, we're going to come down the end of the pit exit now. Where will Natty come out? If he comes out in traffic, this could be crucial for his championship hopes.
No, I think he's come out. He's nicely just come out ahead of those medium runners. That's exactly what he wanted. But then Pope is having to make his way through the pack. He's just going to go past Deadly Jason now on the mediums. And as I was saying before, no, that's Absolute 11, sorry, going past Deadly Jason. But look how far Pope's fallen back already from the Absolute 11 and Met Boy.
And that is huge, Natty. That is huge, Tiger. And good for Natty's championship ambitions then so far in this race. Currently 5.3 seconds now behind Jetsy. These drivers out in front still have to respond on this. That obviously Cryptek couldn't because him and his teammates share
I can imagine Cryptek might dive it into the pits now.
Oh, Pessa nearly locked up and went into the back of the racing point.
That missed that there. That could have been bad. But Aston F1 into the pits. Let's keep an eye on Jetsy Toussaint. Where will he come out? He's definitely going to go ahead of these three.
Natty come out?
Will Natty jump Beza? Is the undercut powerful enough to do so? He'll get back past his teammate for sure, but will he get back past Beza? I don't think he's gonna.
I think the gap's too big. I think they're coming round the pit exit now.
The gap is too big, but Natty, can he get the gap down though?
And Cryptek now back out in traffic, Tiger, so that really hasn't worked out. He's going to be behind Netboy.
He's actually fallen. Pretty much, he's going to go wheel to wheel with Met Boy. Here he goes now. I know, in the end, Met Boy just slotting in front of him, but that's not great for Beza. And Natty has now just lost his teammate, his guardian, his wall. So now Natty is on his own fighting in this championship.
And Absolute 11 going around the outside of Alexander Mack at turn 6. That was a great move around the freshman league.
Yeah, I see it. The medium tyres can't finish the race. He can take the medium tyres. I'd say for me it was 22 laps, but you could extend them a little bit further, it looks like. So I think definitely can get to the end of the race on these mediums. I don't know why the game suggests a soft hard. It's pointless.
I think that's what Absolute's trying to do. Pitted earlier than a lot of the cars in front of him. He's now putting Cryptek under pressure for P7 in this race. Our top four strung out a little bit now.
I think Absolute though, I think Absolute will really struggle towards the end of the race. I think any of those wheel users might be a little bit more. Oh, there's someone off. I think it's Gavra. Yeah, it was Gavra in sector 3. Through Glock quarter. No, I think he just ran wide. But going to struggle towards the end on those medians there.
Oh, absolutely. Here goes Cryptek round the outside in towards
Here goes Absolute 11
on the outside, and he's going to get the move done before the braking zone, and that is disaster for Cryptek. That pushes him now back towards Poe.
RCA, because the freshman league is the freshman league. That's why. That's all I'm going to say.
Because you didn't do your homework.
You didn't do your homework.
Met Boy on Black Country now maybe.
Here goes Met Boy. Oh, contact. Contact from Met Boy. Oh, and he's hitting. Met Boy almost hit Absolute 11, and now Cryptek's got past Absolute 11.
That was almost a reverse Albon on Hamilton into that corner there from Met Boy.
That's it. What I was going to say was that I was gonna go for the soft to medium yesterday before I got wing damage on turn 1, as per always. But here goes Met Boy on Black Country Toussaint round the outside, and Black Country having to concede the position, just hasn't got the tyres for it. And next up, it's Cryptek to get past Black Country.
And yeah, Cryptek needs to make this move then on the black Mercedes down towards turn 4. Black Country's going to go defensive. Oh, he moves over. Cryptek's trying to go to the inside, but he can't do it. Going to go to the outside now for turn 4. Late braking from Cryptek. He makes the move on the Mercedes.
And Cryptek in the end getting the move done. Here comes Absolute 11 now. Oh, Absolute 11's been pushed on the grass.
Oh. And Black Country not seeing the Haster. I think it was in his blind spot a little bit as we rode up the hill in towards turn 6, and that's unfortunate then for Absolute.
And yeah,
Black Country now on 17. Oh, tyres! Absolute!
Absolute 11 almost losing there. And he's lost the position to Pope. Here comes Pope back into this race on those hards.
And yeah, now because Pope can not nurse his tyres and still get to the end of the race, he can really start to push now. He's really not that far behind Cryptek at the moment here, Tiger.
And yeah, Pope, Cryptek will be definitely defending from Pope. If Pope can get past Black Country here, Cryptek will be doing everything he can in his power to defend. Slow Pope down as much as possible. Here goes Pope. He's going to take it round the outside. Doesn't want to get on the grass on the outside. And he's going to leave Black Country enough room, and he's going to get the move done. Here comes Absolute 11. Can he get the move on Black Country? He'll have the DRS. So will Black Country have the DRS, as you say. And Absolute 11 once again not being able to get the move done on Black Country.
Nudged the back of the
a little bit of a tap to the love tap to the back of the Mercedes, but no damage to either car at the moment. And yeah, someone Rick Hall in the chat saying Absolute 11 lost his pace from yesterday. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be on it today, Absolute 11. He had a really good race, didn't he, yesterday, too? It goes Absolute 11 down the inside, speaking of the man. Is he going to try around the outside? Isn't going to go for it here. And yeah, he had some really good pace.
He's going to go for it now,
he did win the freshman. Will he try it now into Glock corner? Isn't going to go for it here. He's going to stay behind the Mercedes. And we'll try it now up the hill. Yeah, overtake and DRS and probably rich fuel. There's a bit of contact as Absolute 11 goes through. And Alex Gunner Mack is the first in the medium runners into the pit lane here.
And what tyres will this be for? And it is a set of the red striped soft tyres.
Red striped soft tyres, so there we go. So my point proven, the soft to medium is indeed possible. Because he's going to take those 16 laps.
Well, a triple Alex on the max loads about 18 or 19 laps on that set of mediums. So let's see if the other people on that set of tyres currently have the same amount of tyre wear as that driver. Then, so Natty G still sat about 1.4 seconds off Beza in front of him.
That's all Natty needs to do, though. That's all he needs to do at this point. And the gap between Cryptek and Pope is 2 seconds at the moment. Pope might just close that down a little bit, but I can imagine Cryptek going to try and just manage that gap and keep Pope behind.
We could use a bit of an L word here. No?
Not in a championship decided. You can't do that to him.
Alright, okay then. DRS open then for Cryptek now. It does have that advantage on the Red Bull in front. Okay. I thought you were joking before Black Country Mitch comes into the pits.
Here comes Black Country into the pits. That's the only time. The one time. Here we go. Black Country. So he took those 20 laps, Toussaint. So he is going to opt for the soft tyres. So he will be able to take those 15 laps.
And you would say that that would mean that Absolute's in a lot of trouble then. All of these other drivers are
I think he is, personally. Unless he's going for a medium 2 stop. Unless he goes for the softs at the end of the race, maybe.
Oh, yellow's in sector 1. There's a Mercedes around. It's Gav.
No, it's Black Country. No, it's Black Country. He came out the pit.
He just went into the pit.
Yeah, hang on.
What?
Wait.
He's gone through the pit wall.
Wait, is he gone through the pit wall? No, he hasn't.
He has.
No, you're joking.
No, he's gone through the pit wall on exit. It spawned him back on the track at turn 1. Has he got damage?
Yeah, and then he's got damage.
He crashed in the pit exit, and the game just respawned him on track. Yeah, that's what's happened. Bit of a weird one. Just to answer your question, Piero Jetty currently has the fastest lap and a 1 minute 9.5. I
think Natty though is in definitely a very good position to extent. I mean, 1.6 seconds to Pope ahead, 5.8 seconds to Metboy behind. Cryptek's actually gained on Metboy. Look at Cryptek now. He's all over the back of the Red Bull. So Cryptek could possibly get past Metboy, slow him down, then use Metboy as a barrier to then Pope to then try. Teammate Cryptek is been it's sort of becoming quite a big factor here for Natty.
Yes, certainly, and I think Pope now gaining on the pair of him though down there in 7th position at the moment. He really needs a bit of a miracle now. He needs this lull to work very quickly for him. He really does need a safety car. I think that's the only thing that can really bring him back into this race now and into the fight for the championship. Or some rain. Some rain would also work.
Some rain would make this very tasty championship fight. Looks very overcast though. Still overcast. Black Country must have to come in again, obviously, for that wing damage. Let's see if he can get out the pits correctly this time, Toussaint. As indeed he does.
Well, it's not over yet.
No, he still could do it. It's a very long pit lane exit, this one, Toussaint. Long but quick, luckily. So it's not the one where like the limiter line is like halfway down the pit exit. It's pretty much instantly as you come out the pits. He's got to be careful of those. Got to be careful of those blue flags, though.
And yeah, nearly rejoins into Natty's side pod there down the main straight.
Look at Cryptek. He's gained on Metboy, actually. Cryptek actually on fresher medium tyres as well. I think definitely think Metboy and Absolute 11 and possibly Oriole as well may just struggle just a little bit towards the end of this race. Especially depending on what wing they can run, because you can run 1.6 around here or 2.7. Oh, there's many sort of wing types. I was running 1.6 I struggled with quite a lot of understeer when the tyre wear came about, and so. That's probably, I think they may struggle just a little bit, especially on the front end. It does take a battering around this track, the front right especially.
Certainly. Yeah, so the drivers starting to struggle a bit with the tyre wear, maybe. And we're going to see Cryptek now trying to get his way past Metboy down the main straight with DRS open. Yeah, I'm checking that now. Can
you just double, triple check that? Because then it's so. But Toussaint, do you remember when I said Beza had a penalty? He has 2 6-second time penalties. At the moment, Natty is 1.6 seconds behind him. Natty is championship on penalties.
He could do. It could still be done.
Just double. Make sure you just go through that. So Jetsy's got pole first fastest lap. Natty's in 4th.
And fastest lap Natty in 4th. What is the points gap?
He gets 12 points in 4th, doesn't he?
Yeah, he will do.
Okay. I'll carry on as he's doing that. Cryptek's still on the back of Metboy at the moment, as these two here coming through the quite difficult turn 10, keeping the rears under control. As Cryptek now, but have the DRS. We'll be looking for the move, as he'll want to get the move done on Metboy as quickly as possible. He's had a really good exit out of Glock corner and down through the final few corners now. Just bear with me 2 seconds, we may possibly see an overtake here from the Ferrari, and so he's looking to try and get past Metboy here. Will he look for the move? Isn't going to go for it there. Just hold on 2 seconds. We'll go through the next DRS zone, and then we will go from there as well. Can Cryptek get the move done? He'll have the ERS. Pope picking up a 3-second time penalty. Here goes Cryptek. Will he look for the move on Metboy and just isn't close enough net? Now, championships.
Yeah, so Pierre is 100% correct. If Jetsy does finish in 1st with the fastest lap and Natty finishes in 4th, then it will go to Abu Dhabi.
Beza picked up another 3-second time penalty. It's not looking good for Beza with 11 laps now to go. Coming around to be 10 laps to go in this race.
He's got 9 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had 6 seconds before. He just picked up another 3 seconds, so he's got 9 now to his name. And Pope picking up 3 seconds. That means Pope has got a 3-second time penalty. Metboy has 6 seconds, so that would bump Cryptek up a position. So at the moment, I think at the moment the Ferrari boys are outscoring the AlphaTauri team at the moment.
Oh, it's close, but we'll do that one at the end of the race,
shall we? Drivers' Championship at the moment. But here goes Cryptek.
10 laps left to go.
Trying to look for it again. This is the closest battle we've got on the track at the moment, Toussaint. I did use the L words, but it hasn't seemed to have come into effect at the moment.
I think you have to use the whole phrase. We've got a bit of a lull here, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's the whole phrase.
Screw this man. No, he's gonna kill you.
He's actually gaining on Beza.
He is gaining on Beza. He looks like he's lost his flow a little bit too, picking up those penalties, and now gaining on him a little bit as well.
Well, at the moment, Beza's coming under threat from Metboy and Cryptek.
With the new system, though, with Toussaint, Natty will 100% know that Beza's got 9 seconds of penalties. Natty will be full aware of that. So he'll definitely be looking to capitalise, as I believe he's got one very quick Black Country behind him, and I don't know whether Black Country, please, no, not a Verstappen Ocon, please, no, not a Verstappen Ocon, please, no, we don't want a Verstappen Ocon, please, for the love of...
He's got the move.
Please, for the love of holy Christ.
He's gone wide.
Okay, that's fine.
Natty's going to have a TRS back on the Mercedes. Natty can't really afford to fight this.
I think Black Country just let him through.
Yeah,
Cryptek got past Metboy down the inside, and he gets the move done up into 5th position. Cryptek now back up behind his teammate after he got caught in some traffic from earlier, and the Ferrari boys are flying today.
Now, Cryptek is 6 seconds behind Bessie, who has a 9-second time penalty. So at the moment, we're going to have the 2 Ferraris in 3rd and 4th here, Tiger.
So the Ferraris will actually outscore both AlphaTauris. So that could be big in Constructors' Championship going into Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that would definitely give an upper hand to the Ferrari team in their quest for the Constructors' Championship as well. Triple O picking up a 3-second time penalty as well, so the driver's starting to get a little bit fatigued now as we wind down towards the end of this race. But Nash just needs to keep doing what he's doing now, needs to concentrate and get these final 8 laps on and just bring it home at the moment.
Yeah, he does, and still got Black Country behind him. Black Country on those fresh softs, that's why he's currently keeping really close to Natty, but Natty lost a little bit of time because of Black Country, but nevertheless, Toussaint, he's still well within that penalty range, and Natty keeping it clean. Let me just double check quickly, sorry everyone, I just want to double check.
And a quick update about Natty as well, in terms of his driving stats. Currently the most experienced driver on this grid, apart from Gavra, and they're both nearly together on track.
Has Natty picked up any warnings?
Races.
He's picked up, there's one warning. Oh no, I can just click on his fucking thing, can't I? Hang on, bear with me. 1, 2, 3. He's picked up 3 warnings, but not received a penalty.
Huh, that's weird. But yeah, so ex-Natty G, this is his 52nd race. Just a quick reminder that 26 races ago he won his first ever race in the Freshman League at Austria.
26 races later he could win the championship. Well, at the moment he's gonna.
Well, let's not jinx anything just yet, but Black Country is coming back.
Black Country! That man's gonna give me a heart attack.
They need to sort something out here. Either Black Country needs to seriously, fall away from Natty, or he needs to just go past him and run away with it through the middle sector.
It looks like he has fallen quite a bit away now. He hasn't got the DRS either, so...
No, it's just costing them both time, and now Black Country can't get after Triple O's about 20 seconds
and now Natty's 3 seconds now behind Beza.
Yeah.
So it's cost Natty a bit of time battling with Black Country. The lapped car, my boy, keeping with Cryptek though, Toussaint. These guys 8 tenths apart at the moment, and
yeah, certainly is.
Yeah, thanks, Play Dutchy. I am a numpty. 7 laps to go, Toussaint. It's about to be 6. As Jetsy, we need to talk about this man here, Toussaint. What? Just dominating this race.
Has led every lap so far. Pole position, fastest lap, has led every lap. Could be a grand slam here for Jetsy. Second
Aston as well, doing brilliantly well up in 2nd place.
Yeah, like he's just cheating for the Super League tomorrow there.
Oh dear, oh no, Toussaint.
Oh. Yeah,
we need to stop doing that, yes.
Right,
Jetsy has just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Aston 1.4 seconds technically behind him now.
1.3,
1.2, 1.4, 1.5.
Okay, yeah, he's now losing time, so let's just not do that.
Through Tim Corner.
Once again with the DRS on the Ferrari in front of him being Cryptek. Hope it's the gap is fluctuating now between those two, but they are getting close together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think Metboy being stuck behind Cryptek, especially being in his dirty air, it may just help Pope out a little bit. But Toussaint, he needs to gain. Even as he finishes in 4th, Pope needs to finish in 1st. Simple as. That's how it is.
Well, that's what they're saying. Pope needs a safety car now. He needs one. He's over 20 seconds off the lead now. 20.3 seconds off the lead, exactly. He needs a safety car. He's not going to get that time back otherwise.
Jutsi Kevin, the chat saying my replacements are amazing. Yes, I believe you've chosen 2 Academy League drivers, the one that won the Academy and the one that finished 2nd in the Academy. So, nicely done, Jutsi Kev, mate. You really did, really got him there.
I still think Aston shouldn't have been allowed to race in this, as he is a Super League driver.
Yeah, as he is technically. Yes, Gav actually. Piero, Piero, and Play Dutchy, you're watching this. Aston F1 is technically now a Super League driver, which means under technicality of rules, he really should not be racing in this race.
Alright,
Sorry to say, but you've
Thunder,
double backed on your own rules.
Thunder, just to clarify for you, yes, at this point in time, Natty will be winning the championship today, as Bez in front of him has got 9 seconds worth of time penalties, and Natty has got 0 seconds.
Yeah, Natty doing very well. As I said before, Toussaint just needs to keep that consistent and not pick up any of those penalties. He's had 3 warnings, but no penalties, funnily enough. I don't know how that's happened.
Triple O and Deadly Jason going real
Oh, they are. We could see some overtakes.
Around the outside.
Triple O around the outside. Deadly Jason. What a
wow.
What a switchback from Deadly Jason. He's going to try and go round the outside here. Here goes Triple O. He's going to defend to the inside. Deadly Jason, though, has got the DRS, got the line, and in the end gets the move done on those hard tyres.
Oh, but here comes Deadly
Jason. Betts has picked up another 3-second time penalty.
That is damning, but here comes Triple O.
Here comes Triple O. Triple O looking for the move.
Ugly. Lap 32 of 36 then, so currently Betzer is 8 seconds behind Natty, and he's also behind Cryptic and Metboy. Speaking of which, Metboy's now coming at Cryptic in towards turn 4, but can't make a move just yet.
Triple O almost losing it now in the exit of turn 10. We've seen quite a few drivers already do that. And is the constructors done? No. At the moment, Ferrari are outscoring. Well, at the moment, as it stands, Ferrari will outscore AlphaTauri, and Ferrari are 16 points behind AlphaTauri. So it will go to the final race, Toussaint, for the constructors. I don't know what the gap will be, but I have no clue.
Yeah, that's if anyone wants to work out that maths, that would be great.
Yeah, if someone wants to work that out. Basically, Beza with the penalties will drop behind Natty and Cryptek, so he'll probably be in 6th place. So, no, 5th place.
Black Country! Always going to go for a move there. Oh,
picked up another 3-second time penalty. 3 laps to go, Toussaint.
The most tense 3 laps of Natty's Gavra racing career.
But clenching 3 laps at this point.
You best believe those cheeks are clenched. But Metboy has now lost DRS on the car in front, being Cryptek. But let's talk about Cryptek's season a bit, actually. He's had a bit of a shaky start, but over these last few races has really improved. Cryptek into a very consistent driver.
Singapore was his best race so far, even though he crashed out, which completely was not his fault. Actually wasn't. But no, that was unlucky for him.
Oh. Pope's now within DRS range of Metboy, so Metboy's tyres starting to go off now.
This is what I was saying to say. Cryptek on 3-lap-old fresh and mediums. That's what I'm saying. I was in belief. See how Absolute 11 came into the pits for the softs? He definitely could not take those to the end. Metboy, I think Metboy came in too early. I personally think he's coming too early for those mediums. What did he come in lap 14? Did he?
Something like that, I believe.
Yeah, I think it has to be at least lap 15 or 16 or even 17 if you can extend those softs. But yeah, Pope now could get the move, but once again, Toussaint, not enough to win the not enough to take the championship to Abu Dhabi.
Can I do the thing as Natty comes over the line if he stays as it is?
What the thing? What's the thing?
The thing, like if he wins the championship, because he's not gonna. Hopefully, he won't Spinella.
What's the thing?
It's like, he's won the championship.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? Why not?
Yay. Alright, well,
did you not do it yesterday?
For Absolute? Yes, I believe so, if you watch the stream.
Did you not do it yesterday?
I did do it yesterday. I should have done.
Let's have our eyes to Pope. Here he comes. Pope now. Should we do it in unison? Just like, and he's won! Here goes Pope, he's going to take it. Oh, what a late switch and the braking. That is naughty. You can't be doing that. Metboy running a little bit wide. Pope got a really good exit though. Here he goes now. Pope looking to try and see if he can redeem himself in this race. He's had a really poor race. Really poor. Oh, I've switched Oriole by accident. Here goes Pope down the inside. Will he get the move done? And indeed he does get that move done.
Cryptek absolutely getting the move done on guillotine as well. Cryptek
picked up a 3-second time penalty.
he should still be ahead of Beza though when it comes down to the line on the penultimate lap of the race now. Jesse's had a really, really good race here, but now Tiger, he's only 8 tenths ahead of Aston. Don't forget, he has picked up that 3-second time penalty, and Aston now putting the hammer down and gaining time back on the McLaren.
Oh, Dutchy man, be quiet.
Oh wow, Beza with 15 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah, he has a lot of penalties. He has a huge ton of penalties. But let's have a look at this man, Toussaint up front.
3.6 seconds.
Let's have a look at this man up front just quickly. It is coming down, but here, Jetsy being on absolute fire today here in Brazil. Dominated qualifying, dominating the race. 9 tenths the gap is. He just needs to have a nice clean end to this here. Met Boy also picking up a 3-second time penalty.
And Pope on Cryptek now as well. That gap 8 tenths of a second. Cryptek trying to break the slipstream. But that being said, it wouldn't really matter too much in terms of the...
let's run on board with this man though, Toussaint.
Jesse puncture! Jesse's got a puncture!
Jesse's got a puncture! Puncture!
Jesse's got a puncture on the front right of the car!
Puncture! Lap 20, but Met Boy's taking... But Met Boy's naked taking his tyres to 22!
But Natty's also got on lap 20 of his tyres, and Jesse's not the lead. He's spun!
He's spun!
Aston's going to win the race!
It's the Glock corner! It's that Glock running slowly! It's Jesse!
It's not going to be Jesse. He's going to win the championship.
No, it isn't. It can't be now. It's Natty.
He'll still be on the podium. But Aston's going to win the race, Tiger.
Aston have won wins. Beza takes second. Jesse takes third, and here he comes, Toussaint, in unison. He is our champion!
Natty wins the Premier Series.
What on earth just happened?
Wow, Jesse still finishes in second. After a puncture on the last lap.
But the strange thing is, Natty and Cryptek and both took their laps to 21 and 20, and Met Boy took his tyres to 23, and he didn't have a puncture. Jetsy must have been ripping the hell out of that front right tyre.
That's what I was saying, Tiger, at the end of the first stint, that Jetsy's tyres were like the worst out of the top three.
His tyre management was awful there.
And that's why he was so quick. He wasn't looking after the tyres.
But well done to the man. His first actual championship in Gavra Racing, discarding the two, almost three that he could win in the weekend league. But apart from those, his first championship in Gavra Racing. He is our new Premier Series champion, taking the crown from Toussaint. Sorry, Toussaint, it's not yours anymore now. It's Natty's. And Aston with the win. He had an extraordinary race. Jetsy in second. We literally had a Glock moment there. That was like Glock, but like not wet tyres on dry track. It was puncture for Jetsy.
Wow.
Natty in the end getting on the podium, and that is him winning. That is him getting third, winning the Drivers' Championship, and that is points gained back from the Constructors' Championship for Ferrari. A great race from Cryptek as well, getting ahead of both. Pope in the end got ahead of Natty got ahead of Beza in the end, because Beza had that many time penalties. Beza got 6th, Met Boy 7th, Guillotine 8th, Oriole 9th, Absolute 11 picked up the final point in 10th, Alex got a Mac in 11th, Gavra in 12th, Dudley Jason in 13th, Triple O in 14th, Black Country in 15th, Castle Engines at the back there in 16th. What an end to that race.
Yeah, I mean, it got a bit quiet towards the middle section of the race, but it certainly hyped up.
Definitely picked up towards the end.
Unfortunately, the lull striking Jetsy down, and he had a punch at the end of the race. But 26 races ago, Natty won his first race. 26 races later, Tiger, he just won the championship.
His first
Big
championship.
round of applause to Natty.
Well
He's been
done.
perfect all season.
It's really well done.
That was such a good race for Natty. You should be happy with that one. And definitely going to be a highlights reel from him on his YouTube channel at some point in the near future.
Pierre, do you want to know what that reminds me of? George Russell. He said, Jetsy gets the ball, fastest lap, leads every lap, then gets the puncture.
The race on the final corner.
It's a simple
so unfortunate
story
for him.
Jetsy is going to be the man, he's going to be so disappointed with that, but he still got second Toussaint in the end with that puncture. And Aston F1 with the win here in the Premier Series. But it is X90 G, your Premier Series champion. He must have been ripping the hell out of those tyres, by the way.
I think that's why he was so quick at the end.
Because
I think that's why he was so
like he must have been absolutely, because Medboy did 23 laps on the mediums.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He must have been ripping the hell out of those tyres. Pope in the chat. Well done, Pope. Pope, mate, you drove amazingly in the season as well. Did brilliant fight from you though, as well, to take the fight to Natty. And Jetsy putting in some strong words there. Jetsy, mate, can I ask, what was your tyre wear on when you got the puncture? I'm intrigued.
Jetsy, you drove an excellent race
today.
Jetsy,
Jetsy, mate, you were on
bad luck, unfortunately.
Yeah, Jetsy, mate, you were on fire today. Absolutely on fire, mate.
Yeah, he's really picked up his form over the last few races.
I have to say,
him and
carry on, sorry.
Him and Cryptek definitely the most improved drivers over the course of the season.
Definitely.
I think Jetsy has really come forward as a driver as well. But Natty from last season to this season. Last season got no podiums in this series, and then wins the championship in it this series.
Yeah, he's a big improvement from him. Big improvement from him. Pup saying constructors going to be close. It will be definitely very close. We'll go to Abu Dhabi. But Pierre making a good point too, saying that the Premier Series has actually been really, really exciting this season. It's been some of the best races we've had in the Premier Series in quite a long time. To be fair, it's been really good, especially when Natty went from diving it into absolute 11 in Singapore to winning the championship here in Brazil.
Yeah, exactly, and. Yeah, it's just Natty's just been great all season, man. He's been really good driver. When I haven't been in the commentary box, I've been with him and Cryptek, and he's been really determined to get this fun done and under his books then for next season. But hopefully he'll be in the Super League, and we're going to have some more races.
Hopefully he will be.
Career.
But
26 races from now, he'll win the Super League.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's got the weekend lead this weekend. I believe he has to win Toussaint. Natty, here we go for the weekend league. He has to win both races and get fastest lap in both to win the championship. That is the work this man has to do in the weekend league this Sunday. Make sure you tune in. We'll be in Abu Dhabi for that one. And make sure you join us tomorrow for the Super League. I believe there is a battle between Piero and Dutchy for the championship, and Tim for the championship. So make sure you join us then for that one. I'll have to quickly. I don't know who has to do what for the Super League. I'll calculate it for tomorrow. I haven't got prepared for that stage yet. Thank you, Tuesday, for joining me. It's been a brilliant one.
If you want it, it's between Dutchy and Piero. Tim now doesn't have a mathematical chance of winning. Piero needs to outscore Dutchy by 9 points tomorrow
to win the Super League, to take the Super League to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is with Piero winning the race and Dutchy in, hang on, quick maths, fifth.
Okay, so we'll find out what happens tomorrow in the Super League. But thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you Toussaint for joining me and filling in for Evan. And it's been a great one. Super League tomorrow, back in Interlagos. GT Sport on Friday. The battle between me and Dutchy in the championship still goes on. I believe he needs to outscore me by how many points? Is it 12 points to outscore me by to win it? I think
it is.
Yeah, I think Dutchy has to outscore me by 12 points in Le Mans to take the. No, I think he has to be. No, he doesn't have to outscore me, does he? I think he has to. That's to be like I think I have to outscore him. Sorry, by 12 points for that one.
That would be you winning the race and Dutchy in
fourth place. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, we could also wrap up the constructors there as well. So make sure you join us because there's 2 championship battles still going, and we'll be in Le Mans, which is just Slipstream Central. So it's going to be a very, very close race once again between all of us on the grid. Make sure you join us then on Friday. Natty and Cryptek in the commentary box for that one. And join us next week as well for for Abu Dhabi. Thank you, Pope. Appreciate that. Cheers. I definitely do that. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us as well. We had up to 30 people watching. Great one. Thanks, Thunder, I believe said thanks to the commentary. Yeah, no problem, Thunder, mate. Piero asking Toussaint if you could crash into Play Duchy for him. I don't really know.
I 100% intend on doing that, Piero, don't worry.
I don't know whether that's part of the rules, but I'm sure we can bend them a little bit just to allow that to happen.
It's Duchy, no one cares.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, make sure you join us for all those races. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you all next week for Abu Dhabi back in the Premier Series.